The top of the Empire State Building.
Z100. New York.
You always focusing on me, but this is the true talent in the room. Give it up to Dean Lewis, everybody, please. Round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, I just want to start fresh, like, after it, man. Say something because this Australian accent is amazing.
Oh, you liking the accent?
I like the accent. I think we here in the States love the accent as much as friends of mine who are from Australia and New Zealand like the American accent.
Well, yeah, oh, absolutely. But we grew up watching shows with, American It's quite normal for us. But over here, I think there's a lot of Australians over here now in New York.
sure.
Yeah, there's so many of us around. I thought it kind of lost a bit of its like sheen.
No, it
but
has
no, it's
not,
still
man.
cool.
No, it's still shining, bro.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you,
still
bro.
right.
Yeah.
Let's get into the music, man, and just where the creation process starts with you, man. You're telling these stories that are so heartfelt, so true, so emotional. How relieving is it to get some of those stories out there off of your chest and use them as therapy and see people connect to these words of yours and these stories of yours?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, it's funny. It kind of starts off for me somewhere that's something that was real, like something that's happened.
For sure.
And then it's kind of, I guess it's a bit selfish because you're sort of writing this song because I like it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
for
it's real
sure.
to me. And then the connection, you're talking about that afterwards with fans, that's the kind of bonus, but not the reason you do it.
For
do you know what I
sure.
mean? I think
Yeah.
for me, I'm never sitting there going, I'm going to make people feel something. I'm more like, that's the best thing that happens from it.
It's the icing or the cherry on top of the cake kind of a
Absolutely.
situation.
Yeah.
Is it ever difficult to, and I always wonder this with artists who are so introspective and so personal with their lyrics and the stories are their own. Is it ever difficult to have to relive that moment when you're going out and you're cruising the world, you're touring these albums and these songs, and to have to bring your mind back to what initially started off?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Some of the things that I like, the one thing in Be Alright that kind of happened to me, that was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So when you're singing it, you don't necessarily care as much about that because after 6 years, it's kind of like, man, that's a long
you're
time
callous
ago.
to it a little bit. You've grown to be over it.
Absolutely. And so it's a bit different, but you definitely it feels special when you're playing, and it definitely brings back an emotion because there's people watching and some people are crying, they're smiling.
Yeah.
So it definitely, and you got the lighting and it's dark. And so it does definitely take you there, but it's actually quite enjoyable. You know what I mean? It's a really enjoyable moment because you're making people feel something.
Yeah,
cool.
as a songwriter, I get the chance to talk to so many awesome artists who really say that is like the true joy that they get, is just to be able to know that your words do inspire other people.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, what is that like from your perspective to be on stage and to watch that when you really truly can hold out the microphone at times?
Yeah.
And people are singing your words but connecting with their heart, maybe to a different story of their own. That's got to be so rad.
It is, and it's actually kind of scary because when I wrote this album, most of it, I didn't know that anyone would be singing it back. Do you know what I mean? Like in the first songs, are like, but Be Alright, I didn't know it. And maybe I would. I mean, I really think about the lyrics when I'm writing, but it sort of makes you go, oh God, like for the next songs I'm writing, I'm like, people are going to be singing these back, so it makes you almost a little bit more nervous, I guess. You know what I mean?
You think about it a tad bit more. Is there an added level of pressure? Maybe?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I've been quite lucky though with the pressure because I've had Be Alright for so long. I have the next couple of singles. I've kind of had them.
Okay.
So writing the rest of the album is kind of just like, oh, I can just write songs that I really like, as opposed to that pressure of Be Alright's doing really well. Where's the next song, man? Like some A&R guy saying you need the next hit.
Dude.
So I've been quite lucky with that.
How cool is it to know that just your honesty, your openness is, really just connecting on a different level? And I'm going to this because it's such a special moment in music right now where people are gravitating towards songs just because of, the story is just so true in general. How important is it for you to not fabricate a story or to lean on family or friends, or even I was going to get to 7 minutes in a little bit, these personal experiences. How important is it for that to be what you tell instead of just creating, because you are a brilliant songwriter, a story that's fabricated? Yeah,
well, I mean, I always say you can write like an album of one situation, if you like one relationship, one breakup.
Okay.
You can write so many different things about it if you want to get into detail. But for me, it's really important, and I sort of think of them like little movie scenes, right? And like kind of like Springsteen, how he writes, and just real specific, like and. For me, it's real first person. I like telling stories like in super first person to kind of put people there. But it also is just the way that I find it kind of the easiest to tell these stories. But they're always real, man.
Can I tell you, man, you put us there, damn it. 7 minutes, bro. This song, oh my god! And then the video,
Yeah, the video, yeah.
oh dude,
Came out yesterday actually.
it's already like surpassing like hundreds of thousands of views. Man.
It's great, man. It's so cool.
What is it like to bring these songs to life? Well, let's talk a little bit about this song because it was such 7 minutes till I was over you and then, like, do I turn around and then you're in the video and you're the one that's driving the car when you go back and then you're looking at I'm like, holy crap, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's actually a weird song. Like the story of it, because I actually was. When I released this song called Wave 2 years ago, I was in London and I had this argument with this girl that I was seeing, and I jumped in an Uber. So I was actually in a car, and I was halfway out of town or around about when the line came into my head. So I went home and wrote that song, and the chorus, which is it too late to turn around? I'm already halfway out of town. So and that sort of fleshed that out, and that kind of became the song. So it kind of started in a really weird way, where the line just sort of.
It appeared, it just randomly.
Just appeared, but it was relevant to what was happening at the time, So, but I'm really proud of that song, and the video just came out, and the reaction's been great. Like it's all building really nicely.
Was that expected? I mean, looking at the United States and the world, from and I don't want to make it seem like you are. Well, dude, the island is pretty much out in the middle of nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
You guys are out there. But when you start to think about like that, your music is global.
Yeah.
Were you expecting that? Were you loving the fact that it did happen this way?
Yeah, I mean, look, you grew up in Australia hearing it's sort of impossible to do this. Yeah. Like there's not many people that have a song that is doing does anything in America. Like just touches the charts. It's like not really even it's not even a possibility. Do you know what I mean? Like
for sure.
And so for this to happen, like I knew the song was Be Right was special because I'd play it and people would come up to me at gigs and be like, you got to release that song about the phone. Like you got to release it, and so it reacted straight away.
Yes.
But didn't expect this at any. Yeah, this is crazy.
What's that like to know that? I mean, again, man, to see it be sung by people who don't even speak English as their first language.
It's cool, and sometimes they sing it in different accents. Like in America, when I come here, it's like nothing heals the past. I say past, they say the past, and like they can't steal, like and all that stuff, and whereas I'd say can't, which is nice. And when I'm playing in Germany, like they sing it like they I know you love her, but it's over me. They do all that, and it's really the whole crowd, and it's really cool that you hear all these different accents, and it's cool. It's really
I'll tell you, I'll be honest. The very first lyric where you say "I look up from the ground," I there was a part of that where talking accents. I thought you were saying something about a cup for the longest time, dude. And I'm like, what does this cup have to do?
A little cup from the ground. A little cup from the ground.
That's what I thought.
Like a little tiny baby cup.
Like a shot glass. I'm like,
That's
okay,
right.
what is he talking about?
A little cup from the ground. That's actually gold, and I didn't notice that. That's great. That's a bit of a meme.
That was my personal experience with it.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Maybe, but there was one conversation we had. It wasn't a big deal, but it's a funny story that there was a conversation about me taking out the word mate in the chorus. So it's currently I know you love her, but it's over, mate.
Yeah.
There was a conversation to change it to I know you love her, but it's far too late. So just to make it a little bit more global. And I re-recorded this alternate line. I thought of it and I was like, okay, well, this could work. And then I did it and was just like, oh, this is gross. And I just
how happy are you that you were able to stick to your guns and be like, nah, this, you know what? Thank you, Mr. A&R guy, Mrs. A&R woman, but I'm sorry, this is just the way that it needs to be. And there are loads of people across the world that use the word. I got a text message from a buddy that used the word mate.
Oh, so mate's coming back in fashion. So in America, like, are people starting to? I mean, if I've contributed to the mate in Australia,
I'll tell you,
that's my greatest accomplishment.
I'm not lying. I'm gonna show you right now, dude.
That's great.
I got a text message. I got it. Listen.
And is he American? Your friend? Your mate?
It's my mate. It's actually my cousin. He's coming to visit. I won't show the camera because it has my home address on it. But like, hold on for a second. I'm gonna cover up my home address. It says thanks, mate, on the bottom there, doesn't it? With the letter M.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
It says thanks.
He's even shortened it with the M8.
You're ushering in the sound to the States, bro.
The most Australian thing I've ever seen. You're like an honorary Australian. That's great. That's really cool to hear that's happening.
What's new for? 2019 is here. It's a fresh new year. What's new for you, Dean? What is the thing that you're looking forward to most about just growing your sound and connecting with the world this year? Yeah, well,
man, it's basically the next year. My manager sat me down. We're basically touring till March next year. So it's like there's all these tours and hopefully trying to find some time to write some songs in between for the second. You got to kind of because I wrote this first album because I had so much spare time doing nothing. Like I would just do I literally had nothing to do. And now it's like there's stuff happening.
No other job.
Well, I sort of quit my job and I actually moved in with. I had this year where I moved. I had this apartment and I was the sound recordist, the guy with like the boom pole and television.
Totally, yeah.
And I basically quit and moved in with my grandma for a year. Like, it was like, I gave everything. Like, I was like, man, I'm just going to throw everything at it. And I lived with my nan for a year in the spare room.
No way.
I haven't talked about this yet, but yeah, I kind of risked everything for it. And then obviously that was just for a short period of time. Not still there.
Yeah, not still there.
Not still there. But
must be a little bit difficult to always have grandma's home cooking all the time.
Mate, it was actually, that was the best. That was the best thing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm being very sarcastic.
Yeah,
grandmas take care of your laundry.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
they feed you all the proper meals. Must have been tough.
Oh, mate, it was brutal. It was brutal. There was a cat there that hated me as well. It was really, but yeah, it was that's so I kind of risked everything for it, and it's kind of cool to see it all starting to pay off. So yeah,
dude, I can't wait to see more live shows. Here's a situation. Depending on where you or when you watch this interview, I was unable to be at the show last night because I was on the radio, and it sucked because I was stuck giving away the tickets. And then I'm hearing and I'm watching so many of my friends who are in the radio industry meet you and watch the private lounges, and I'm seeing this stuff through the computer screen. I'm thinking like, man, dude, I need to be at a proper show. So the fact that you're saying that you're going to be on the road
I'll be
till
back.
next
Yeah,
year,
100%.
I cannot wait, dude.
Man, see you the next one. Absolutely.
Can I talk to somebody about tickets? Like Mario?
Mario.
All right.
100%.
Make sure, dude.
Let's make it
I'm
happen.
getting tired of seeing like everybody else watching your show live. And it's like, man, this kind of sucks for me. But
Absolutely.
Lastly, before we get out of here, just what do you hope that new fans of yours take away from who Dean is? How do you want us to kind of, I don't know, to know you? And if you were gonna have that, little beeline on your autobiography, what would it read?
Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to write like authentic, genuine like songs that are a little bit raw. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to like overproduce anything, and just want to. I don't necessarily have a message I'm trying to get across, other than like just writing songs that I think are good and hopefully people like them.
Yeah. It's that simple sometimes, right?
Yeah.
When you overthink it, it's like next thing you know, you put in a sound effect that just totally, or next thing you know, you're changing the lyric from mate to
yeah. Totally. And I'll be singing with an American accent next as well.
Nah, dude, don't do it. I'm telling you, man.
No, but if I move here, it might naturally happen. You never know. But I love this. I love living.
Keep that accent, bro.
Hopefully I can live here, man. I love this place. It's so cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, this dude right here is a true gem, and I'm so glad. Can I call you a friend now? Can I call you a mate?
100%.
This is my
Let's
mate.
Do it. Let's
Give
do
it
it
up for Dean Lewis, ladies
Thank
and
you so
gentlemen.
much.
Thanks for
Cheers.
hanging out with us, man. Really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me. Cheers.
Hell yeah.
From the top of the Empire State Building,